Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, I finally got out here and did a little bit of work on the range. I got those new steel targets hung and hung a couple pieces of that I already had. But that's the 8-inch gong. It's old railroad steel. You can see how pitted up it is. That's not hardened steel. But that is AR-500. It's been hit with a few armor piercing rounds. It's got some pretty good divots in it. But this is the other 4-inch round, I think they called it. Looks more like a 3 to me, but either way. And then the 12-inch silhouette, which is much smaller than the one I've got. So it's probably a third or half of what I've already got. So either way, steel targets, they will last many years. I've still got a 6-inch gong out here somewhere, and one 3-inch that I've got laid on the ground, leaves covered up, and I ain't found them, so I may bring a magnet from work that rolls the ground and try to find them. But you know, then I could hang those. I've got more chain, so if I hung those in, say, between this 4-inch and this 18-inch or 24, whatever it is, right in here, that would give you plenty of targets to try to hit of various different sizes. And like I said on my last video when I showed y'all I bought these, that 12-inch silhouette right there, if you can hit that from 100 yards, you can hit a life-size target at 400 or 500 with no problem. So I ain't worried about perfect heart shots, all that bull crap, hit target. The goal is to stop the threat. So right now I'm about 5 yards. And that shows y'all how small it looks. So this is typically about 10 yards. And those pieces laying up against a post there are old railroad steel that's pretty soft as well. Let me roll this barrel back down. I was using it as a table for holding nuts and bolts and screws and the drill and the targets and all that while I was trying to hang them. So I need to run the mower down here and clean up all the weeds. And I've got to get the roof fixed on the classroom. It's leaking pretty good in there. It's unweakened the floor over on that side where it's been leaking. So I'm going to have to overlay the whole floor and fix this roof. Now the overlay in the floor may wait a while because OSB is not cheap like it was. But either way, plywood, OSB, I don't care. Whatever's cheaper, I'll put on there. But I'll show y'all a quick shot of the inside of the classroom. All I did was straighten it up a little bit and sweep. You can see the floor's way over there. That's the damage that the tree limb did. Pulled it down so it's really poured in right there. I could probably straighten the tin and it'd be all right, but I've got more, and this could be used on the outdoor part, so if it leaked, it wouldn't matter. So, but I straightened up in here, and yes, it has its own panel box. Runs from a breaker up at the house all the way out here. It's 400 feet into this panel, and then everything out here has its own breaker. So we put, lights inside and out, floodlights all the way around the classroom. So if we're out here and it's almost dark, helps give you light for a little bit longer training time. Hung up what targets I had left, and all these are silhouette targets that we've made. Let me move that piece of steel. Small ones. So those are about 18 to 24 inches. They will go on the pistol range out here. Let me turn the light off. I got to get another trash barrel. I used that other one for chicken feed. But I screwed up scrap plywood and OSB on some stakes I drove in the ground, and that'll be used for stapling the targets and the paper targets and the cardboard silhouette targets for training. And I'm going to drive some more stakes in and put a couple more right there and over here, try to widen it up a little bit. But that berm is not built with tires like I did this other one, and this other one still washed down a foot, but it's pretty much taller than I am. So if I can get these across there, it'll work for training. And yes, I tested the fan. The fan still runs. If you're standing way over here at the other corner of the shelter at the classroom here on the pistol range is what we call it, that fan moves a lot of air. So it's old, probably as old as me, but I'm gonna use it till it quits before I replace something on it because it works so well. But either way, need to run the mower out here and cut some weeds down and kind of blow the leaves away, and maybe I can find those AR-500 steel targets that are out there at the target stand and get those hung. But I bought galvanized bolts and washers and nuts today to hang those with, and I got a few extra, and also bought a couple cans of white spray paint, so it makes it easier to see when you're training. So those are hung, and the extra paint's in there with all the paper targets. I did buy a new staple gun, even though I've got a couple. They always seem to walk away, so I went ahead and bought a couple more, or one more, and I've got plenty of staples for it. So we use that as a movable cover or concealment, really, and rifle rest if you're doing something like that. But anyway, yeah, I know I got to get something to get all the trash up, old targets and cardboard. And worst thing we ever did was we stored, my oldest son-in-law stored some corn in there at the end of season last year, and good Lord, I came out here and there was 4 squirrels that looked like mini pigs in there that had been eating on that corn for a while. Ate it all, almost 50-pound bag. They came out of there in a hurry. But either way, we're not storing corn in the classroom anymore to try to deter the squirrels and mice and all from getting in. They can dig under the edge of the walls, which is what they did, and get into the building. So I spray foamed all the top and corners and stuff. But either way, just want to do a quick video. Training is part of prepping. You've got to be able to have that muscle memory, that automatic reflex to do things the right way to stop a threat if need be. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Bad guy is not going to stand still for you to get your sight put on him. Practice draw fire. Draw, point, fire, and hit your target. It's not important about hitting that little bitty bullseye. Now, I do agree with the old saying, aim small, miss small. So when you are practicing and you're doing it slow, trying to build that muscle memory, yes, try to hit that small space target. But when your muscle memory has been developed to where you don't have to aim and you can hit that target, doesn't matter if you can hit a 4-inch target or a 6-inch target, that's much bigger than what you would need for self-defense. So practice. Aim small, miss small, but you do not practice hitting bullseyes for self-defense. If you want to deer hunt and sight your rifle in and all of that, great. And those few people that hunt with larger caliber pistols, great. If you want to try to hit that bullseye, that's what it's all about. But for self-defense, bad guys don't walk around with a bullseye on their butt. So anyway, get off my soapbox. I've got a lot of old tree limbs and stuff I got to clean up out here, clean off the roof, fix that, and I've got, I believe, enough metal to get this entire shelter here covered. It looks like it's going to need 16 or 18 pieces, and I've got pretty close to at least 15 or 16, but plus fixing the classroom, so I don't know if I've quite got enough, but if we can cover most of it, that'll really funnel that fan even more and kind of keep the bugs off of you when you're out here and they're out. But also I've got some hardware cloth that I've got to bring down, and I want to cover this fan with hardware cloth on the front and back to keep accidental fingers and arms and such from getting in there. That will make a difference, you know, safety wise. So I've got to put up a few more driven in stobs, or whatever you want to call them, stakes, for hanging the targets, and we will be ready to do some more training out here on the homestead. So I appreciate y'all watching the videos. Those that have subscribed, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate it, helping me grow the channel. We're in the mid 180s now, and I thank y'all so very much. If you have not done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's absolutely free, and it helps me grow the channel. Also, guys, hit the thumbs up. It helps YouTube's algorithm suggest the video to more people that watch the same type stuff that you do if you hit that thumbs up. If you don't, it does help by watching it, but it doesn't help as much. That thumbs up is there for a reason, and you know, I would appreciate it if y'all would use it. So thank y'all very much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Remember the two things I always tell you: Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe and be prepared.